Hello. So it's been a few years since I made a video, and partly I think I just became a bit self-conscious, and yeah, you know, I have this perfectionistic streak, and I wanted to do something perfect, and you know, it's a case of sometimes I don't do something if I can't do it perfect. In the back is a painting my mom did, so I'll just see if I can get out the way a bit, and it's basically a painting of heaven. So I thought, wow, I'll just come and sit in front of it. You can see the jewels in the river that flows from heaven, through heaven, and the tree of life, and yeah, and it looks like there's going to be toys in heaven, which is the bird. Okay, so artist Melanie, by the way, and so I've got some of her art on my website, allforgiven.co.nz. I think it's Melanie Artist is the tab. And then she's got inspirational paintings and New Zealand birds, which I need to update. Now, what I want to talk to you today is a little bit about the presence of God, and I want to talk to you a bit about condemnation and just a story of something that happened. So, about half a year ago, I had a couple of babies, had twins, and just a little while after that, we were having house church in the house, and my mom came to me and she said, "Grace, can you go and look after the babies?" I'll look after the babies. See, I'm a perfectionist, so I'm not going to redo this video. I'm going to call it therapy, that mistake. So she offered to look after the babies so I could join house church. And then I said, no, I'm like barely Christian anymore. And I was like, oh my goodness, how can I say that? I've known Jesus since I was 4. Like, where did that come from? And I realized what's happened is I've had an experience of condemnation, basically. I guess it's a constant battle. My name's Grace, and I feel constantly like I have to fight off condemnation. And at that moment I knew condemnation is actually something that can separate me from the presence of God, and yet it's a lie from the enemy. Because the thing is, I'm not under condemnation, I'm under grace, I'm under his mercy. And I will never, ever, ever, right, achieve that standard of perfection, either that I expect from myself, or especially specifically the standard that God expects of me. And that is why Jesus came, right? He came and he died, and he paid the price for my imperfection, really, and my sin, my wrongdoings, and for me, what was I had been feeling really guilty about was my thoughts, you know, like I was feeling so miserable and grumpy, and yet I was so incredibly blessed, and yet I was so exhausted, and I just felt like not right in my mind, basically, which is probably quite common after you've had a few children. Okay, not that I don't recommend it. Now, I want to say, don't let condemnation stop you from entering into the presence of the Lord, because the thing is, yeah, you are failing, you totally failed, you're a sinner, and every now and then I just realize again, oh wow, like I'm not meeting this standard, you know, and I won't ever meet it. It doesn't mean I'm not going to try. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to seek the Lord with all my heart, soul and mind, and strive to enter that rest, to trust him, strive to trust him and not to rely on my own strength. It doesn't mean I'm not going to do that. But I need to know that moment by moment, minute by minute, I'm under the grace of God, and I need his grace.